Hey everybody, it's Chip Harris again. Just wanted to get back with you on today's market update. Wanted to share with you a summary of information that I've been reading and gathering over the last week or so. And some of you may have this information already, some of you may not, so I want to share that with you. Let's go ahead and get started. By the way, if you get any interesting content or great content out of this video, please like the video and please subscribe to my channel. I would love to hear from you and get some positive reinforcement from you. So with that being said, sellers, you're overpricing your homes. I will tell you this, the market has more listings for sale than it did this time last year, which is seemingly a great thing because we need inventory. We need home inventory. The problem is it's not new inventory. Actually, new listings are down year over year. We have fewer new listings coming on now than we did this time last year, and certainly way more than the year before and the year before. So that being said, why do we have more listings for sale if fewer are coming on the market? One explanation, they're sitting longer. Listings are sitting on the market longer, and homeowners still are psychologically in 2021, a lot of realtors giving advice and doing comparable market analysis reports for their potential listing clients or sellers are looking back to the past 6 months, 8 months to see what the comps are for sales or listings for today. Typically, that is exactly what we're supposed to do. In this market, we have to shave off of those CMAs. I'm telling you, as a real estate professional right now, it's hard to look at comps for the last 6 to 8 months when the market has shifted incredibly quickly, probably as fast as ever, aside from 2008 in the Great Recession when the housing crisis occurred and based on the financial crisis that caused it. So, right now, sellers are just overreaching with their expectations on the prices they can get for their home. Realtors are actually encouraging that because the data shows they can get it. So the problem is homes are still selling, and some homes that are priced correctly are still selling very quickly. So it's not a housing problem from a perspective of there's no buyers out there to buy homes. The problem is you're overpricing your home and it's sitting. And so if you overprice it initially, just like any other real estate market, you end up having to reduce the price. And then you reduce again, and then you reduce again, and a month or two goes by, and all of a sudden people are wondering what's wrong with the house. Why hasn't it sold? Because even potential buyers, psychologically, many of them are still stuck in that 2021 mindset, or even early 2022 mindset of, gosh, I got to jump on this house. If I'm not jumping on it, why is nobody else jumping on it? It can create a psychological barrier for sellers if they overprice and it sits on the market for too long. Seeing it all over the market right now. And so if you're a seller, do listen to your real estate professional, but be ready for a slap in the face, theoretically or hypothetically, I should say, hypothetically from your realtor when they tell you, yes, 6 months ago you could have gotten $500,000 for this house based on the comps and based on my expertise and my experience from the market last year. This year, we need to price it at $450,000, and this is why. And you go into those explanations of all the things that are going on in the market, that there are 30% fewer buyers than there were a year ago with lower interest rates. A third of our market has been priced out of the market in terms of higher interest rates, higher payments, and home prices are still up there. They haven't really decreased in value. They're just not going, buyers are simply not going to overpay right now. And if you're a buyer, you're in the driver's seat right now, more so than you have been in the last 2 years. Now, it's still a seller's market in some ways if the seller prices it correctly, because they probably will get potentially multiple offers, not 30, 50, 60 multiple offers typically seen last year in certain price categories. However, there are some 2 to 3 to 4 offers coming in on certain priced homes, in my market anyway, and we'll continue to see that a little bit because there is still a supply and demand issue, which is what's keeping home prices afloat. Higher home prices, higher interest rates, higher payments, knocking 30% of the buyers out of the market, unfortunately, for now. things will change. And if you're a buyer and you're eligible to pay the higher prices right now, and you're eligible for a loan at 6% versus what you could have qualified for 2.5% last year, it's a good time for you because there's less competition. You could take your time, a little bit more time in terms of making decisions and doing your due diligence on a certain property. You're not rushing in sight unseen and harry-carry making offers on things you've never even laid eyes on before. That's not really happening right now, and I don't see it happening again for a long, long time. So buyers, you're in a good place right now. The market is balancing back out to an even more so seller-buyer advantage ratio. So we're really normalizing. I love it as a real estate professional. I love that we're normalizing. I don't love that we're 30% down year over year from contract sales nationwide. I mean, that's just a nationwide statistic. And so, as a real estate professional, you hate to see that, but we all knew 2021 couldn't last forever, and it hasn't, and it's not going to. Now, the key is, can we keep home values elevated to where they are now? Is that the new normal? And I really hope that is the case. I hope that the economy will hold on long enough and strong enough to rebound back and keep those home prices, or home values, I should say, elevated, because a lot of people have really counted on that equity in their homes that are homeowners right now. And if you're a buyer, rates will go back down at some point in time, but I will tell you, hovering between 5 and 6% right now, on the higher side of that 6%ish range, a little over 6% in a lot of cases. Still, from a historic perspective, great rates. I take it from an old guy. Great rates at 6%, 6.5%. From a historic perspective, looking back over 50 years, 6%, 6.5% is still an aggressive rate. Now, if you're used to 2.5 or 3, it can be a hard pill to swallow, because basically your interest rate's doubled, which is probably increasing your payment by $1,000 to $1,500 in some cases. I mean, it's incredible how that makes a big, big difference in your payment. And so that being said, buyers, great shape. Sellers, don't overprice. Listen to your realtor, and also maybe get a second opinion. If you're going to list your home and you have a realtor come in, I would get 2 or 3 opinions based on opinions on what their professional views of the market are, and where they think you should price your home when listing it. I'm telling you now that the realtor that comes in with the highest value isn't always the one you want to go with, because they may be a little unrealistic in today's market around the pricing of your home, and you do not want to overprice and have it sit, reduce back into that old routine. So price it correctly, it'll go. And with that, I'm going to leave you until next week. I will talk to you later.